So I just came out of a healing session with Michael. And it was it was the most profound, one of the most profound, but very profound healing experience. So as we began, I was laying down because I just needed my back, my lower back, mid back, upper back, shoulders, throat. It's a lot of pain. So Michael started massaging and working, and when he got to about my somewhere mid back, I saw a presence of a green dragon in front of me, about 9 to like 10 feet tall, and it was a bit chubby with its stomach a little bit of a lighter green, and the rest of his body more like a I would say emerald green. He introduced himself as Imsaf, and I was able to see myself in my other body. So I just followed to see what was happening. So I'd entered the dragon world, the dragon realm. In the upper play, it was a different dimension, and I was on the ground. The ground was green. The world was mostly with a lot of just lush landscape, but a lot of purple and blues. And as I was, it was like I'd laid down on my side, like as if I'd fallen. And Imsaf said to me, "You're exhausted because it's taking you a long time to enter our world, but you're finally here." And he said he can't start training yet because I had to get well first. And there were so many dragons here, multiple colored dragons everywhere, wings, skinny, chubby, many different features, very beautiful, very light. Then they showed me the dragon world. There's a dimensional door that opens. It's kind of like a waterfall, but etheric water vapor that falls, and the dragons sort of like go through it, and then they enter into earth. So it was showing me how that is, and where I was welcomed, and then at this point I was repeating to Michael what I was hearing and seeing, and then by this time I turned on my I was still on my back, and at some point my consciousness really left, because the Imsaf said, "We will help repair your body that's here, and it will help repair your body on earth." It was so beautiful. I was brought into middle with multiple dragons around me in pink and white and pastel and yellow and darker yellow and light green, dark green, light blue, dark blue, and various shades of purple and violet, and going all around it, including a black and gray and brown, like really all colors. The black was stayed on the bottom of my feet. And then from there, they said, "We will repair your body by the fire." So I'd lay down, and then they all start like puffing their fire, and it was amazing. At first I thought I'm gonna burn, but actually each fire was their own color, and then all the colors started hitting my body and going into my body and creating like some geometric form over my body with the rays of the color of the fire, and I could feel I was heating up. But of course, I'm still on the biomat here, but I was heating up. And then it was all these colors were moving through. It was like a network of fire around me. And they said that's what the dragons use their fire for. And it was amazing. And then they said that they were showing in my throat there is a coil, like a charcoal, that's out. And he said that that fire has been out now because it's now diamond, the charcoal, whatever has become a diamond. And so that's why your throat hurts. And this, but before that, they brought a drink to me, some kind of bowl with some bone on it, and they said this will heal your body. And then they said on Earth I have to put some like algae and like seaweed that has more magnesium, it's more jelly substance that will help with my body.
Cartilage.
My cartilage, they said my cartilages have been damaged, to help repair the cartilages. And then from there, the most incredible thing happened. Mother Mary showed up way above and put a white sheet over me. You would imagine like as if I had, here on earth, a white sheet over your dead, but put a sheet over me with my face showing and my body. And then she put these stars in each, to hold the sheet down. She put these stars like to hold, it's like as a weight to hold it. And then the dragons help with the fire, with the stars, and then they put those into my body. And it was so beautiful. It was so nourishing. I just wanted to stay there. I wanted to stay there as long as I could. It felt so good. I felt so held. I felt so nourished. Then when it was done, it says to come here. You can't come like this. You have to come in your like the other geometric suit. So I was inside, of course, my diamond, and then inside the Metatron's cube, and then inside the Merkaba, then inside the Christ consciousness grid. And then they said, but you have to have your dragon wings. It was so precious. There were these wings. They said you could come and go anytime you were here now. And then they helped me, two dragons, a pink one and a purple one, helped me sort of like come out of that portal or dimension to come into time and space, in cosmos, and then through that vapor, sort of like current when you see the ocean, come down to enter into Earth, and that I notice I'm back in my body. And before that, let me just share, then there was, I forgot to say this, then they showed, when they brought the little drink thing they wanted me to drink, they brought a wizard to help me, and the wizard was Michael. Michael had dragon wings, but it was a human Michael, but it wasn't, he didn't look like this. He had very, very curly hair, and he was the wizard, healer, wizard something, and says, and then so he came. He's the one who fed me that drink, and then he got on this. It was more of a sphinx dragon, and then he took off, but he had wings, and he was in blue vest and blue wings, and it was so beautiful. Like it was like a French version of a knight with like white shirt and like ruffles, and So I just want to share what happened. Some may say you're crazy, it's your imagination, you're freaking out of your mind, but who cares? What difference does it make? I feel like, it's sad that people don't connect with dragons, and there's so many dragons on the planet, and they showed there's so many dragons on the planet. They're all waiting to interact. They go in and out, but they just want people to interact with them. But it's funny enough that I made a post about that today, not knowing why I did, other than I did. But there's no difference between the dragons and unicorns and angels and archangels and Arcturians and Lyrans. These are all different worlds. They do exist, and through your feeling, you'll know, and their interaction between the angels and ascended masters, all of that, because there's no separation. It all exists. So I just wanted to share this raw, as Michael is right there. He's listening, because I said, Michael, let me just turn on the video camera to tell you what happened. It was by far, I loved it. I love being in the dragon. I'm so honored that I finally got to the dragon realm, like their world. I was allowed to enter there, I mean, you all just, why Harry Potter and all that are here? Because they do exist. It's not their foreign, Michael, how was it, you hearing this?
It's absolutely magical, amazing, extraordinary, and just powerful. I've always had this really deep respect for dragons, and
I mean, you're a year of a dragon. My son is the year of a dragon. And you know what he said?
Dragon.
You know what Imsaf also said, before I forget?
What did he say?
He said, this is why you've had a lot of dragons in your life, to help you remember.
Yeah. So I know that I have a lot of dragon energy, and even one of my spirit guides, as you saw, Noto, the red dragon, who I talk to every morning. It's beautiful, because as you're picking up the dragon energy, I just feel the gratitude of all the dragons around, because I honor the dragon. It's a very powerful, fierce, protective force, and just to hear the role of the wizard and the healer, I can just identify that and feel the resonance, and just feel grateful that you get to experience this, and it gets to bring a deeper level of healing, as there are, as we know, lots of agents in the ascended master, into the etherics and the astral plane, and all the areas that can help heal, as long as we're open to them and use our ability just to trust what we feel and see.
That's
It
right.
gives you that, and that's what I appreciate about our art of imagination, shamanism, and just the upper realms, spiritual realms, where we can just note that there's so many healing planes that can help us.
There's so many of them here to help us.
So we just have to be open, and I'm just very happy that you're open to receive this healing, and to
Yeah,
really
I mean, it was amazing,
Yeah.
Michael. It was so touching.
Yeah.
I mean, you've faced me have so many experiences. This was so
It was
precious.
nice. It was nice to do it in a deeper way, because I know I gave you little figments.
You were very deep today.
Yeah, and so it was good to like give a full one, because I always give you, a small one. So today was a great one to work with, and just honored that I could be a part of it. It's always a gift when
Thank you, my love.
yeah.
I love you so much.
Love you too.
May you all just imagine, keep the imagination alive, and interact with your dragons. They're there to help you, just like the spirit guides, just like the ascended masters and the angels. Anyway, I just wanted to share this very raw, just as I came out of it. I love you all so much. Aho namaste and lakesh panuresh kashash.